está os tornares reais?
I'm a very bold person. I'm a person, I speak my mind. And you know there's an old saying, what goes around, comes around. I'm one of those people, Marie, I tell you what I think, you don't even have to ask me. I'm going to tell you, and I love to shock people. So I ran into this bold person the other day. I'm not going to tell you, her name is Judy Spears. I was talking with the management department where I live, and they said, oh, there's a lady who's moved up here from Atlanta, and she saw you on public television. She'd like to meet you. And so I called her, and we started talking. She said that she wanted me to do some training for a company that she represents. She's been involved in public relations for Bill Cosby, and she felt that there might be some possibilities of our working together. So she said, where are you? I said, I'm over here in Tower 300. So she said, good, I'll come over to your apartment. She came over to the apartment, and she looked around and she said, I said, yes. Well, you know, this is not saying anything. I'm very disappointed. Excuse me, what are you talking about? Now, I thought I had me a bad apartment. I thought I was doing something, you know. You could see the water and the furniture I had. It didn't look bad to me. She said, you know, you are vibrant, you are energetic, you are lively. And she said, I came here, stepped in here, your apartment is flat. It's not saying anything. I said, well, come in my bedroom. Let me show you what I got back here. Wait, hold on. I got to pray for y'all. Listen to what I'm saying. I bought this special large bed. It's an unusually large bed that I have that you can see well out of the, but it's huge. And I just thought that my bedroom was very impressive with all the things that I put in there. And she said, this is flat too. She said, do you bring a lot of people here? I said, no, not really. She said, oh no. See, you've got a national image. There's a certain kind of image you must have. And then see, this is a nice view, but there's, you know, you can go over in the other tower and there's a better view, a larger apartment available now. Is that right? So I said, okay, I'm interested. They took me over to see it, and it was beautiful and larger than what I had and better view. And so she said, you know what I'm going to do? Look, you got this national image. People are going to be visiting you. You want an apartment that people go away talking about. You need an interior decorator. So I said, okay. And then she said, you do deserve the best, don't you? Yes, I do. Here's what was happening in my inner conversation that I picked up in life. How much does this cost? I don't know if I can afford what she's talking about. So she started saying that she would negotiate everything for me. I said, I don't know anything about picking out furniture and clothes. I just, after motivation, I'm through dealing. And Boo has always handled everything for me. Who gets your clothes? I said, Boo buys everything. He knows what size shirt and everything I wear. I just do the talking in the family. Sometimes I feel like the straw man and the Wizard of Oz, So she said, oh, I'll handle everything for you. So she started dealing and calling me. I called from New York. How are things going? Great. Listen, we've got things. We're working things out on the furniture and everything. It's going to be fabulous. So I'm saying, how much does it cost? Oh, don't worry. You can handle it. Now the flowers, we're going to have to take care of that Monday. It's around $1,000. It's $1,000. She said, you can't get an apartment like this and operate being cheap. You're not cheap, are you? I said, no, I'm not. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have worked hard all my life. Here's what I've always said. I don't like materialistic things. Here's why I said it. I said that because what I picked up along the way, being raised in Miami and Liberty City and Overtown, being raised in poverty, I can't afford it. So if you say that you don't like it, then it's okay if you don't have it. So I gave myself a convenient out. Now I've worked hard to live at a certain level. But even though I had achieved a certain level of financial success, I was still operating out of a poverty consciousness. See, I deserved what she was talking about, but I didn't feel deserving. I didn't feel that I could keep it. And so it was a real breakthrough for me. It was a stretch. It was uncomfortable. I lost some sleep over this. And every time I would challenge her, she said, I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that coming from you. I said, no, I didn't say it. Somebody else did. But I have grown tremendously from this experience. And now when I came back and I went in the apartment and saw how she laid it out, oh, I just can't wait to show people what great taste I have. It was a stretch. But what prevented me? There was an uncomfortable stretch. Why didn't I do that before? I know I would have never done that by myself, ladies and gentlemen. That had this person not called me on this stuff, and I'm sure that perhaps a lot of other people came and saw that and didn't say nothing. Say, honey, he did be motivated to do something else with his interior there. They didn't say anything. I'm glad that she was bold enough to let me know that. But I'm saying to you that I had picked up poverty consciousness. What I was saying to myself, I can't afford this, I can't do it. Many times when things would happen, I would pinch myself and say, oh my goodness, is this really real? Am I dreaming? Things would go real good, and sometimes I would have moments of dread. Just nervous and frightened. Had no basis for it. It was a stretch. It was out of my comfort zone. And as we begin to look at how do you handle this stuff, Les, up in here? Here's what we got to do. That I had to look at the mirror and say, Les, it's you. Hey, you deserve this. You can have this. You can keep this. This is not something that's passing through, that you're up today and now you're down tomorrow. That doesn't have to be your reality. You want things to go good for you from now on? It's on you. You can make that happen. You've got the power to do that. You can change things for you. See, it really doesn't matter what has happened to us in the past. It doesn't matter how many failures we've had. No, none of that matters. It's something the guy talks about in responsibility. He said, the fulfillment of your dreams lies within you and you alone. When you understand and accept this, then nothing or no one can deny you greatness. The power to succeed or fail is yours, and no one can take that away from you. See, when you acknowledge that, hey, it's me. I'm the one. I've got to do this. I'm the one that's going to turn this around. So I got some roadblocks here. It's not easy for me. But ultimately, I know that these roadblocks, these obstacles, this opposition won't stop me from doing what I want to do. It can temporarily cripple me or make it inconvenient, but it won't stop me. It will not determine my reality. See, most people, what we pick up along the way, that you can't have it. Oh, you're being unrealistic. You're dreaming. Yes, I am dreaming. See, a lot of people have stopped dreaming. Don't you stop dreaming. A lot of people have given up. A lot of people don't even want and ask life for anything because they don't believe they can have it. Many of us are still where we are right now because we have not decided to stop being volunteer victims. We have not decided to take a stand with our lives. We have not decided that we are going to go on and do an experience and begin to demonstrate a different level of consciousness in our lives. That many of us have just surrendered, have given up responsibility, and spend most of our energy being cynical, being negative, talking about why it won't work. Spend most of our time being problem staters. Very good revolutionary armchair theoreticians on why things won't work. Oh, the system will only let you go so far. Very critical and toxic negative energy, building a case for their limitations and why they can't move on. That's where most people go, ladies and gentlemen. But I say to you, whatever it is you want to demonstrate in your life experience, it's on you. That as you look out where you want to go, it's on you to decide to move you from there. That a lot of us don't do any more than what we're now doing because we're living within the context of the conversations or the opinions or the expectations that people have of us. Lady said to me the other night, called me, very good friend of mine, Maxine. She was in Washington, D.C., and she was talking with some students of hers that she'd been working with. She is a health expert, and they were telling her about this guy they saw on television. And she said, "Oh, I know him." She said, "I'm so glad that he did not listen to me 7 years ago when I told him that he was wasting his time trying to become a motivational speaker." She said, "Do you remember that conversation, Les?" I said, "Yes, I do." She said, "I'm glad you didn't listen to me." I said, "I am too." And a lot of us, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of us have been told by people we care about, people we believe in, people we admire, people whose opinion that we value, things that we couldn't do, and we accepted that. They said, "You can't do that," and their opinion became our reality. The fact that we stopped ourselves right there in our tracks. How many of you have been told that you couldn't do something by people you cared about? All right? And some of us reject that and go on anyhow. Very few, especially if those people are close to you, because we want the people in our lives to pull for us. We want them to believe in us. That's all we want. Even if you're not going to help me, don't discourage me. Don't tell me I can't do it. Hope I can.
Arantes Kavulamine. Sonhos são sempre sonhos até os tornares reais.